First and foremost, I'd like to let everybody know that uh, this new fabric, the Advanced Performance Wool, that we have been working on for the past, I would say, almost a year with the president of a wool mill, has finally been approved by our R&D and quality control department, and we will be using this wool in the production of our wool anoraks and our BMA 95 proof blankets. For now, we will be offering two colors. We will be offering the jet black and the dark olive green. And what I'd like you guys to know is that it'll be the exact same fabric we're going to be making our anoraks wool with. So you'll be able to mix and match. You'll be able to purchase a excuse me, a blanket, match it up with a wool anorak of the same color. I will be taking the camera indoors a little later on in the video and show you these babies up close and personal, especially the way we stitch up the seams in order to reinforce the blanket itself and prevent it from fraying. And of course, you'll get a close look at the density of this wool. We've purchased a couple of the competitors' blankets, cut out a couple of swatches, and we're also going to be putting our swatch up against the competition, so it'll give you a pretty clear picture of the thickness, because a lot of people are asking me about weight, thickness, ounce per square yardage, yada yada, whatever. So let me assure you that as far as performance is concerned and quality versus price point, you will not find a better blanket out there in the market with this kind of price point. We've done our research. I guarantee you guys that this blanket, this wool actually, will outperform almost anything out there, and you will be getting it at a super good deal. I doubt we're going to be undercut when it comes to quality and price point. Now, let's talk a bit about weight. These blankets, these 60 by 90s, a full 60 by 90. I'm not talking about a piece of fabric that's been cut to 60, folded over, and you're losing a couple of inches on each side. No, these are full 60 by 90 finished blankets. Okay, I'm 5'11" now. I used to be 6 foot, but with old age, I'm hunching over a bit. So I'm 5'11", 6 foot, 235 pounds, and you can see the size of these blankets. They're extra large blankets. I could wrap myself in them. I can use them as a temporary ground sheet. I can use them as a temporary shelter. 95% wool count, 32 ounce. Each blanket weighs in at 5 pounds. So that alone tells you that it's a pretty thick blanket. And after you see the close-up of the thickness compared to the competitors, you get a pretty good idea of the quality of these blankets. I hope I didn't miss anything, guys. Again, I'd like to thank everybody for being so patient. I know you guys been waiting for quite a while until we were able to launch these things again. The test we did about 6 months ago, which determined the fact that we are going to be featuring them as one of our regular listed items on our store. The reviews were amazing. They were all 5-star. Everybody was very happy. They liked the price point. Everything was great. So therefore, we're going to continue to sell them as part of our regular inventory. And so let's take the camera inside. Take a pretty close look at these babies. I'll explain the jute twine borders, hems, and you'll get a closer look at these things here. So stay with me, guys. Okay, folks, so let's start with this thickness comparison. The older, the fabric on the bottom here is our newer 95% advanced performance wool, and the one on the top here is our older 90%. And you can clearly see the difference between the two. The lower one which is our newer fabric, is almost twice as thick and as dense as the one on the top. Let's move on to another swatch. So just bear with me. This next fabric is comes from a U.S. military style OD green 70%, 70-30 blend that you find at almost every army surplus store, what have you. And if you notice, what I did over here is, oops, where is it? I removed the stitching, like on this side here, from the U.S. Army blanket, to make it a little more fair, because some of you might think that, well, you know, with the stitching here, it might like squeeze the fibers, making it a little bit look a little bit thinner. But so what I did, I just removed, if you look on the top, I removed all the stitching on the corner here, so you can pretty much see the difference in the thickness. Again, ours, the 95% is a lot thicker and more dense. And I will also be doing another comparison, comparing stitching to stitching between ours and the rest of the guys. So this is the 70-30 blend, U.S. military style blanket. Okay, the next one that we're comparing here is the very well-known Swiss Army style blanket. This one here is a 70-30, no, actually it's a 20-80 blend, and it's probably one of the thicker ones available out there, but again, ours is denser and thicker to that of this model here. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, this one here, guys, is another U.S. Army style surplus blanket, comprised of 70-30 blend. It's from a different supplier, and you can clearly see that this one here as well is almost half as thick as ours. And now we're going to be moving on to the real McCoy, the HB, and we'll take a close look at that one. Stay with me. Okay, so this one here, guys, is the iconic Hudson's Bay 3.5 point blanket in 100% wool, and you can clearly see that ours is about is just as thick, if not thicker than theirs. The density is about the same, and like I said, this one here is one of the best blankets available. I would say it is the best 100% wool blanket you can get for your money. However, just be prepared, you know, and like I said before, this is just a comparison to give you an idea of the thickness of our wool, so that it could answer a lot of questions that people have been asking with respect to the thickness, the weight, ounces per square yard, etc., etc. So there you have it, folks. I hope this shed a little bit of light. It was simply a comparison test. By no means did I want to discredit any other company's products. Again, it was just a comparison, so it can give you a little idea of the thickness of this new wool that we're going to be making our anoraks and our blankets with. Thanks. Here's another small comparison when we're looking at the stitching. The two lower swatches are with our jute twine stitch here and here, and these are the simple overlock stitchings that you get on the usual everyday blankets that you pick up at the corner store. So you can see the difference between our finishing and our competitors' finishing. And last but not least, let me show you this one here. This would be our 1-inch poly satin border trim. So you got the two
jute twine stitchings over here on the bottom. The one on the top here again is our 1-inch poly satin, and in between over here you get the stitching that usually comes with blankets that you pick up at the retail level. Now, let me move the camera a bit here, just bear with me. Sorry if it gets a little shaky. There we go. So usually, guys, again, this is the kind of, hold on. Okay, so this is the kind of stitching that usually comes with blankets that you get at the store level. And this is what you get with the BMA. You can clearly see the difference. The others, hours. Heavy duty. Again, built to last a lifetime. And a close-up of our poly satin, 1-inch poly satin border here. You want a closer look at the fabric. See if you can give you a little idea. If we're getting into focus here, there we go. Now, it might look a little on the rough side, but believe me, guys, this is probably one of the softest wools that you'll ever come across. Very, very soft indeed. This is the others. Again, this one here is the Swiss Army style. Swiss Army military style, I guess.